Here we have the ELNA 1. This is affectionately known as the Grasshopper because of the shape of this arm here. Looks like a grasshopper leg there, and that's the actual speed controller there. Anyway, I'm not doing an overview on this machine today. I will at some stage. I've got a couple of these machines, but this is actually a customer's machine, and it's come in with a fault. So the problem is that the bobbin holder here should have this ring attached to the bottom of it here, this plastic ring, and the plastic ring you can see there that's actually broken away here, and there's a little screw or nut insert here that lives in this hole. So that's the intact one there. There's a little brass insert you might be able to see just there, and that has popped out here, and there's a very small crack. I'm not going to pull it too far, but there's a little bit of a crack there, and luckily I've got the other piece, the plastic piece, that's broken out here as well. So the plan today is going to be doing a quick repair with epoxy glue to get this sorted out. I'm hoping I can resurrect this machine without having to replace the bobbin case because I don't have any spare parts as such. I have spare machines, but I don't really want to you know, remove a part like this from a good machine if I can help it. I'll show you where this bobbin holder lives. So normally, you know, the bobbin holder would be down in this area here, and you know, bobbin holder sits in there. We'll have a close look at that a little bit later. I'll take the plate off here and we'll have a close look in there once I get everything reattached there. So I've got myself some araldite here. That's a 2-pot epoxy glue. Yeah, so I'll just go ahead and mix some of that. Okay, we're not going to need much glue here at all. I'll start by just getting a little bit out here. So we want 2 even parts there. That one's a bit slower. This is a slow curing glue, so it should give us plenty of time. The fast drying glue is quite handy at times, but sometimes doesn't give you enough time to really, you know, position things properly and get them set into place. Anyway, let's give that a good mix up there. Okay. So the first thing I want to do is I want to see if I can get a little bit of glue into this crack here. So I just need to be very careful. Not sure how well that's going to get down in there, but anyway, I need to glue this inner piece of this hole here so that the little brass insert sits in there. Now I want to get rid of any excess glue here. Most of the strength in this part will come, you know, from the fact that the little insert's glued into here, plus the missing piece of plastic is glued into here. So now we're ready to put the little brass insert in, little threaded brass insert. And you might be able to see there that it's got this knurling on it. So I want the knurling to kind of sit into its position there, and also being careful not to contaminate the threads with any glue. So I don't want epoxy glue drying inside the threads there. There's a little bit of excess there I want to get rid of. That's looking pretty good there. So now I just want to get a little bit more glue onto the outer edges here, ready to accept the missing piece of plastic there. Well, it's not missing, the broken piece. Just work that carefully into there. Try not to get too much excess glue in there. yeah, the thread will slip around here, so I don't want any sort of you know, lumps and bumps there, glue left over. And then it's a matter of positioning this little part here that has broken off. So now that I've got that roughly in position there, I should be able to just push that into place there. You can see a little bit of glue just pressing out of the gap here. There's a little bit of cleanup to do here. I'll just wipe the excess off here very carefully. And there's just a little bit of excess in the hole there that might interfere with the threads there, so I'll do my best to get that out. Yep, that's pretty clear there now. So that's looking pretty good there now. So I'll let that dry. That's about a 24-hour cure time on that one to really cure it properly. I think even longer than that. You might be able to see that it looks like it's bulging out a little bit at the edge there, but so is the other side there. That's just the way it is shaped. So I think that should do the trick. So I'll come back once that's cured there. Okay, it's a few days later and the glue's had a good chance to dry there. The glue dries after about 8 hours, but it doesn't fully cure until about 72 hours, so I've left this for quite some time. It's been a few days at least. So it's come up fairly well. There's maybe a little bit of a ledge, like a little rough patch there, just a little almost like a wee tiny little step up there. So I thought I'd just give those a wee smooth over with an oil stone here. I mean, I guess you could use maybe a very fine sandpaper or something like that, but I think the oil stone will probably, you know, do a reasonable job of this. I just thought I'd take that little rough edge off there. Just carefully. There's not all that much excess glue, which is good. The thread actually flows over this area here, so you know, you don't want it sort of catching here. So do both sides there. Yeah, that's feeling nice and smooth there now. So you know, it doesn't take much to sort of clean that up there. Let's give that a little bit on the bottom there. Yeah, that's pretty good there. Before I fit this ring here into the hook area here, I just want to make sure that these threads are clear, because I had, you know, a fair amount of glue around this area here. I just wanted to make sure that, you know, before I get it into a more awkward position, I just thought I'd try the screws to make sure that those threads are clear there. No problem with that. So that's good there. So the way that this goes together is the ring sits down in here, and then this the bobbin holder goes on top like that, with the two screws you know, mounting through here and over here. Yeah, that's how it holds together. And the hook race, this is the hook race here between the plastic ring and the bobbin holder there. So the key to installing this ring here is the is this section here of the cutout. You position that near the hook point there, and then it should just drop into place. You may need to give it a little bit of, yeah, there we go, just drops in nicely there. And then what you want to do is you want to bring the cutout around towards the needle. So the needle comes down inside here. So you want this positioned in that area there, and then you put the bobbin holder in that position there, so that this little triangular shaped piece here, this finger, goes in underneath. I'll take the plate off actually and just get you a better view as to what's going on here. I'll take this whole plate here off. We'll get you a good view in there. As I say, I don't think it's necessary to do this, but just for clarity, I'll be servicing the machine anyway, so I'll be taking this off as a matter of course. We'll get the 2 plate screws out there. Might as well remove the presser foot. Okay. And this whole piece here, there's the flip up little door there with the hinges, sits in under there, and then we just remove that there. Also, just note too, there's 2 springs here. I think they are removable, so yeah, they'll fall out obviously if you tip the machine up. Yeah, but if we have a look in this area here, we can see where the little triangular piece sits in this area here. So when we put that in there, that little triangular piece there just sits in where that spring there is. It's a little spring there. So position that there. Then it's just a matter of lining the screw holes up in the plastic ring underneath there. So make sure that this ring hasn't sort of moved around. You want to keep this cut out, near close to the feed dogs here, and then just sit that down in there like that. And yeah, I can see down here through here that the screw holes are fairly close. They're not exactly lined up. I've got a needle here that I've just ground the end square there just so that it doesn't damage anything, but I think I can fairly well line up the screw holes there. Should be fairly close there, and then drop the screw in there like that, and then carefully do the screw up. Not sure that's taking there. Yep, that's got it. It just took a little bit of alignment there, I think, to start screwing into the screw hole there, and then we get the other screw here, and that might not quite be lined up. It's not quite taking there. Just moving the ring just slightly. There we go. And these don't need to be overly tight. Just nip those up, and then we can see that everything's in order there. Just turn the machine over. And yep, that's looking good there now. So while I'm here, I might as well just get a bit of oil in there, just on the hook there, the hook race. And obviously while I've got the plate off, I'll clean in here, but in the meantime let's just put the machine back together and make sure it's all working as it should there. There we go. Install the presser foot, and now I'm not sure of the state of that needle. I'll be swapping that needle out for a brand new one. The needle for these particular machines takes a standard universal needle. The flat faces the left hand side of the machine, so we're looking in from the right here. We've got the rounded section here, and on this surface here is the flat, and we just install that, make sure it's right into the stopper there, tighten the little thumb screw there. That doesn't need to be overly tight unless you're doing really heavy work with a heavy needle, but you can just nip it up with a screwdriver, is probably the safest bet. So I've got the machine all plugged in and set to go there, and I thought I'd just give it a quick run before I threaded it up. And I've not serviced this machine. This is as it came to me from my customer. Not sure if she oiled it before I got it, but you know, check this out. I mean, how smooth can that be? As long as I don't catch the cat's nose in there, should be fine. But yeah, these things just purr along, don't they, Molly? Nice, eh? Now, let's thread it up, get a bobbin. I've got a bobbin here that I've just grabbed out of the drawer there. I won't be showing you at this stage the bobbin winding. I'll cover that in another video. But let's install the bobbin there. Oh, yeah. Oi, do you mind? Stop it. Now, should be able to thread that through there. And then we'll get the thread here. There we go. Just thread this up here. As I say, I won't go into too much detail with this today, but keep an eye out for a basics video. I reckon a basics video would be quite good on this one. I'll just quickly thread that up. Nice and easy to thread. We thread from right to left on this model. And then we'll pick up the bobbin thread here, just turn the machine operating direction, 1 revolution until the take up lever comes up, and we should be able to grab that bobbin thread there. Yep, it's nice. Oh, what a beauty. Just sews beautifully. Nice and smooth. The tension's a little bit out of whack there, but I'll sort that out. There we go, all fixed. So that's it pretty much for this one. I hope you found that helpful, and thanks again to my patrons on Patreon. If you'd like to help support the channel, please take a look at patreon.com/sewing machines, and thank you very much for watching.